Hello guys, in today's video, we're gonna check out the best Sony E Mount lenses in this year. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I've tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability, and many more. To find out more information about these Sony E Mount lenses, you can check out the description below. If you want to get a best quality Sony E Mount lens according to your needs, then watch the video till the end and then decide to buy. At the first position of our list, we have Sony FE24-240mm f/3.56.3. Most professionals will balk at this lens. Regarding optical performance, it's not the best in the market. There are some distortions at certain focal points, and the autofocus isn't the fastest. That's not the fault of the manufacturer or the engineers that designed the lens. It's just the laws of physics that optics such as these can't break. What you're gaining in weight savings and convenience, you are going to sacrifice some quality. How much of a sacrifice? Not so much. The majority of my top-selling stock photos are shot with the 24-240mm. And it's the lens I pick up most to compose a shot before switching to a different lens if I do. This lens will allow you to travel light and shave off lots of weight from having to carry multiple lenses. You would have to pixel peep a lot to tell a shot taken from this lens vs. a shot that was made from a $3,000 prime lens. In most, if not all, situations, this lens is more than adequate enough. The no-frills and functional use of this lens make it a favorite and top choice for travel photography. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Sony FE24-105mm f/4. This is of the best all-around Sony E Mount lenses, and it will make a perfect one and only lens in your bag if you want to go ultralight travel with decent coverage. It's not the fastest lens, but the constant f/4 aperture means you can retain the same brightness and speed across all focal points. The optics on this lens isn't too shabby either, and it keeps the sharpness on all four corners. You'll be torn between this and the Sony 24-70mm below or the Sony 24-240mm above. As it stands, it's the one in the middle, and rightly so. It's sharper than the 24-240mm, but slower than the 24-70mm below. If you can't see yourself shooting above 100mm and don't need the extra stop, then this lens is a no-brainer. It can quickly become your one and only go-to lens for travel. The number 3 position is held by Sony FE24-70mm f/2.8 GM. If image sharpness is the top criteria you're looking for in a travel lens, then look no further. A wide normal zoom in the 24-70mm range with sharp optics is a standard option among Canon and Nikon DSLRs. Sony tried with the Sony 28-70mm f/2.5 5.6 and the slower Sony 24-70mm f/4. But both aren't up to snuff with any of Canon or Nikon's offerings. With the Sony 24-70mm f/2.8, Sony has upped the ante on the important focal range of standard zooms. Such high-quality glass also comes with a high price tag associated with it. It's about $600 more than Nikon's 24-70mm f/2.8, $1,797, or Canon's 24-70mm f/2.8, and also more massive at 31.3 Oz. You will have to judge for yourself if the slight advantage in sharpness is worth the wait and extra cost. It is also worth noting that you can use Nikon and Canon lens through the use of an adapter on Sony full-frame cameras. Next at number 4 we have Sony FE1635mm f4 ZA OSS. The Sony Variotess RT FE1635mm f/4 ZA lens is a great choice for a wide-angle zoom lens. It's getting heavy competition from the new kid on the block, the Sony FE1635mm f/2.8 GM. But it's much lighter and less expensive than its new brethren. If you're not shooting the Milky Way at night or don't need the extra stop at f/2.8, then you can't go wrong with the standard f/4. The lens is sharp at all corners with a little bit of distortion, as what comes typically with super wide-angle zoom lenses like these. You would be hard-pressed to find the Sony f/4 lacking in performance that can efficiently produce professional quality images. If you're hand-holding with your camera, you might do better with the f/2.8 version, which is an optically superior lens. However, you would have to be willing to fork an extra $800 or so and put some extra weight in your luggage. The number 5 position is held by Sony FE1635mm f/2.8 GM. The Sony 1635mm f/2.8 is the best super wide angle zoom in existence. If you have an extra $2,000 to spare and don't mind carrying a behemoth, then you can't go wrong with this optic. It offers consistent performance across its constant f/2.8 aperture. As part of Sony's G Master series, the 1635mm f/2.8 is the top of its class with fast and quiet autofocus and weather sealing. It's perfect for low light and astrophotography with excellent chroma performance. Would you take this lens versus? Indeed, you'll be torn apart fussing at all the minute details and differences. The f/2.8 is a sharper lens and gives you an extra stop, but it will cost you an additional $800, weighs you down more, and will take over more space in your bag. You would also need to fork up for bigger filters as the thread mount is 82mm. For travel, I would say the f/4 is good enough, but if you can fork up the extra money, go for the f/2.8. Being able to shoot astrophotography is a bonus. This is one of the sharpest wide-angle Sony E Mount lenses out there. The number 6 position is dominated by Sony FE15 f/1.8. Everyone should have an affordable, reliable, and fast lens like the Sony FE50mm f/1.8. A 50mm f/1.8 is cheap to produce, and all the major camera manufacturers has one. This is Sony's version, and it doesn't disappoint. It's great for capturing normal everyday things like a stroll down a street in Paris or capturing fast-moving street scenes in New York Central Park. You might think this lens is limited, but it's one of the most versatile Sony E Mount lenses around. This tiny lens delivers massive performance for a fraction of the price. The autofocus is fast and very quiet, allowing you to capture scenes in silence and obscurity. There's no degradation in performance regarding contrast and sharpness when you shoot wide open at f/1.8. There's some slight vignetting unless you stop it down to f/2.8, but it's not an adverse effect. This would make a perfect companion lens for travel as it's fast, quiet, and very compact. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Tamron 2875mm f/2.8 Roman III RXD. You might have some hesitation with using third-party lenses, but you owe it to yourself to check out the competition. I'm a Tamron convert. The brand has consistently delivered excellent optics at a fraction of the cost vs. brand names. Before Sony's release of its flagship 1635mm f/2.8, I've been using the Tamron E Mount SB1530mm f/2.8 USD lens with an integrated electronic adapter. The lens is sharp and considerably cheaper than its brand name counterpart. The Tamron 2875mm f/2.8 is no different here compared to the 2470mm Sony. The lens features a constant f/2.8 across all focal range, making it great for low light situations. It's also got a quiet autofocus motor. While the Tamron 2875mm f/2.8 is explicitly made for Sony E Mount cameras, it can fit cropped APS-C cameras with a 40 to 112.5 mm equivalent focal length range. The lens is also built for the rigors of travel with a moisture-resistant fluorine coating to protect against dust, dirt, smearing, and weather sealed. The under $800 price tag means you'll have more money for travel. The Tamron is one of the best third-party Sony E Mount lenses in production. The number 8 position is held by Sony Distagon TFV 35mm f/1.4 ZA. If you like fast and super sharp primes, look no further than the Sony Distagon T FE 35mm f/1.4 ZA. This Zeiss branded optics is very sharp across all corners, even shot wide open. Furthermore, it's designed so that the spherical elements ensure minimum aberrations. The lens has a quiet and high-speed internal motor for the focusing system and has a manual aperture ring made for photographers who shoot videos. It's tough to come up with something bad to say about the Sony Distagon T FE 35mm f/1.4 ZA. It's a loaded lens that's made for professionals and serious hobbyists alike. However, it's a little on the heavy side due to it being 2 stops faster than the lens it replaced. The Sony Sonnar T FE 35mm f/2.8 ZA lens below. Besides that, at 35mm the lens might be a little limited in its use for travel compared to a zoom lens like the Sony FE2470mm f/2.8 GM. It's also a behemoth. but if you have a spare room in your compartment, it's a worthy addition to your arsenal. Next at number 9, we have Sony 35mm f/2.8 Sonnar T FE ZA. Manufactured by esteemed optics maker Carl Zeiss, the Sony 35mm f/2.8 Sonnar T FE is an outstanding performer even with its miniature size. This lens can fit anywhere, and it's lightweight and fast, without sacrificing the optics. It comes with 3 double-sided spherical elements that minimize aberration. Fantastic contrast and resolution are sustained throughout all the image corners and at all apertures. You will have a hard time picking this lens over the heavier but much faster Sony Distagon T FE35mm lens over this one. For travel, you might just enjoy this lens more for its light and very compact design, even though it's limited in its application due to it being a prime. If you're in a big crowded city, this lens knows no bounds and just fun to shoot with. This lens is one of the cheapest and sharpest Sony E Mount lenses ever made. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Sony 100-400mm f/4.55.6 GM. The FE100-400mm f/4.55.6 is one of the best telephoto Sony E Mount lenses that bears the GMG Master lineup from Sony. This lens fills the missing gap that professional sports and action photographers have been clamoring for. Unlike most lenses of these types in the DSLR domain, the stabilization motor is built inside the camera body, not the lens itself, which is a huge bonus. If you pair it with teleconverters like the Sony 1.4x or 2.0x, you can get even more reach. For travel, you may not need such a long lens in your arsenal, but if you shoot wildlife and are often far away from your subject, this lens would be a serious addition. It will open up more framing and composition options for you. If you happen to have the Sony 24-105mm, then the Sony FE100-400mm would be perfect for your lineup. An addition of a super wide angle like the Sony 12-24mm f4G lens below would make it complete. That's all for today. We upload camera and camera accessories review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.